Alrighty, everyone, it is Friday, which means it is time for news of the week for March 28th, 2025. And we got some stuff to talk about. Last week was a pretty calm week, but we do have a few things that I want to touch. Again, it was another one-pager of news. I didn't include like everything over the top, but there are some things that we will touch base on in this one that are definitely things we need to touch base on. So let's start off with what happened in Philadelphia over the last week. John Tortorella has been fired from the Philadelphia Flyers head coaching role. Brad Shaw is taking over as the interim. And again, I already posted a 17-minute video yesterday that you guys can go and watch about John Tortorella being fired. It's a long one. It's probably one of the longer coach firing videos I've ever posted on the channel, to be honest with you. But I decided that I wanted to go all in and talk all about the things that I haven't been able to really talk about this season with the Flyers. And yeah, again, it was a controversial one in my eyes. I agree with the firing, but definitely this whole year and this whole season has been a disaster, and that's why Tortorella has been let go from the position. The reason why I am bringing it up is because, first off, it is news. I'm not going to go into it a whole ton, but things did undergo since I last made my video. Cam York, yesterday against the Montreal Canadiens in the first game since Tortorella was fired, played the game, was dressed, but was on the bench the entire time. Got 0 shifts, 0 minutes on the ice. The only time he was on the ice was during warm-ups and during the end of the game when they did a little celebration thing. That is it. The rest, he was not on the ice whatsoever for the entire game. It's just wild. And the reason why that underwent was a disciplinary issue. And we heard from a team source per Kevin Kurz and later followed up by Frank Saravelli that there was a altercation with Tortorella and York that wasn't like physical, but ended up being a heated argument. And as a result, Brad Shaw punished him and made him not play at all for that game against Montreal. He will play on Saturday, and as well as that too, Cam York came out in the media and said that he took full responsibility for what happened, and also said that the issue was addressed in the locker room. So, as well as that too, that's what happened. Cam York, we figured out why he was not playing versus Toronto, didn't play versus Montreal. So that's the story there. It's interesting. It's definitely something I haven't seen that before, where a player was dressed but didn't play a single minute. I don't think I can recall that happening before, at least in Flyers history. It may have happened elsewhere, but I can't really think of any moment right now. As well as that too, moving away from the Flyers, again, if you want more thoughts on that, there's a video I'll put in the card right here. The Winnipeg Jets clinched a playoff spot for the third straight season this year. It's been a really shocker of a year from Winnipeg. I didn't think they were going to be as good as they've been. I thought they were going to be still good, but I didn't think they were going to be first in the Western Conference good. And yeah, I'm just pretty shocked that this is even happening, to be honest with you. I'm pretty shocked by it. But Winnipeg gets in. Again, there's a video on the channel as well discussing that. They have a very underrated team. Guys with Velarde, Scheifele, and Connor making up one of the best first lines in the league, in my opinion. You got Connor Hellebuyck on the back end, who was one of the best goalies in the league. It's a great time right now to be a Winnipeg Jets fan, but we're all thinking about the playoffs and what that is going to hold for the Jets moving forward. As well as that too, the Nashville Predators have been eliminated from the playoffs last night for the first time since 2023. Again, should not come as a surprise to many people that they are out, at least like at this point. But at the beginning of the year when they really struggled, it was kind of a surprise. I mean, they made all of those signings, getting Stamkos, getting Shea, getting Marchessault as well. It all kind of flipped the other way, and just it hasn't worked out. It's wild to think that didn't go that way. But on the contrary, where the Predators got all these new players, on the contrary, Washington got all those new players, and they're first in the NHL. It's just weird how it works out sometimes. It's a whole chemistry thing. Sometimes guys, I'm not saying that Stamkos and Marchessault, like, they won't work out with Nashville. I still think, like, you're in the first year of those deals. You got to at least give it some more time. But I also want to say that it's weird how in some senses, like, new guys will come together and they'll just click right away, and then other senses guys will come together and they just won't work out. It's weird how that is. It's interesting. I wonder if I'm the only one that kind of thinks about that, but that was something that I was thinking about when the Predators were bounced last night. Some signings around the NHL. Obviously, the NCAA is coming to a close. The Frozen Four is heating up. We're in the regionals as of right now, and there are some teams that have been eliminated, which as a result means that there are going to be players who sign contracts with their respective teams. Jimmy Snuggerud being the biggest player that was signed today to a 3-year entry-level contract with the St. Louis Blues. Snuggerud was drafted 22nd overall all the way back in 2022 and has been a player who has been dominating it with Minnesota the last couple of years, and after an early exit being defeated by... Was it? No, Cornell beat Michigan State. After a loss in the first round, I'm trying to think who they lost to, but after losing in the first round in an upset game, I think it might have been Western Michigan. Not 100% sure. I should probably know that off the top of my head, but regardless, it'll come to me later. But Snuggerud was eliminated from the playoffs, and he is now going over to join the St. Louis Blues, which is pretty cool because the Blues are on that red-hot playoff race as of right now. It's going to be awesome to see those guys together. Also, the Philadelphia Flyers signed Carson Dorwart to a 2-year entry-level contract. He was a NCAA free agent. It's cool to see him getting a deal as well because he's had some pretty good seasons with Michigan State. They obviously got early eliminated last night by Cornell. UMass was who defeated Minnesota. Now it came to me. I should know that off the top of my head, but I don't really follow college as much as people do. Like, I follow the players. I don't follow a specific team. But yeah, Dorwart coming over from Michigan State to Philadelphia. He's probably not going to be NHL, at least as of right now. He's likely going to be a Lehigh Valley Phantoms player, which they're loading up. They got Gurbankin from Toronto. They got Jet Luchenko from Guelph, and now they got this guy from Michigan State. So they're loading up for a pretty decent playoff run. We'll have to see how the Phantoms can do. As well as that, too, the Capitals made some signings as well. Dylan McIlrath signed a 2-year, $800K deal with the Caps. Good contract, has been a good depth player for Washington. He's kind of seen himself not in the lineup that often. Has been like a fourth line guy at best. I think he has been injured, though, so you got to keep that in mind. And then Jacob Chychrun, one of the new acquisitions in the offseason for Washington, signed an 8-year, $9 million contract with the Washington Capitals as well. I mean, I made a video on it individually. You can go look at that as well. I am a little bit worried that it is kind of an overpay, but with how the cap is going, with the way that's going, I think they can be fine. I think they can grow into that contract. Just a little bit of an overpay, in my opinion, because he's making a little bit less. He's definitely better than Seth Jones. It's kind of who I think about instantly when I see $9 million. But yeah, I like Chychrun. I think he's going to be a good defenseman. He's been a good defenseman, putting up career numbers this year with the Caps. Just, I'm a little bit worried. It's a little bit of an overpay, but we'll have to see how it ages with that overall deal. And then lastly, Toronto signed Luke Hames to a 2-year ELC. He's been having some really good numbers with Dartmouth in college as well, so that was the last signing that I saw that was at least of note. We do have some more, like, NCAA news. I mean, as well as that, too, you obviously see that the whole regionals are going on. I wanted to do a little bit of a preview on that, but then videos kind of got tied up. I got busy with other things, and I wasn't able to get one out. But Caden Lindstrom announced that he is going to be committing to Michigan State University for the 2025-26 season. I like to see it. I think Caden Lindstrom, coming from, I think he was on Medicine Hat with Gavin McKenna. He is now going over to Michigan State, and I don't think people are realizing the impact that the NCAA the new rules are going to have over the WHL and the CHL as a whole. You already see that there are teams going from the BCHL to the WHL, like the Pentagon Vs are going to the WHL in expansion. I think that was announced on Sunday of this past week. You can already see that it's having an impact, and you're going to see some big name players possibly move over to the NCAA. Like we might see, it might not be for a while, but we might not see Gavin McKenna. He might go over to Michigan. That's what we heard back in, I think it was November. And we already heard Michael Misa. The framework is there to send him to Boston University. So the CHL is losing some big name guys. And I mean, we're going to have to see how it unfolds even more, but doesn't look that great in terms of that when you look at those leagues for sure. Pat Maroon has announced he is going to retire at the end of this season. So I got to give some credit to Pat Maroon. Has been in the NHL for a long time. I got to see him win 3 straight Stanley Cups, 1 with St. Louis, 2 with Tampa Bay. He's actually always been somebody who I've liked with the Tampa Bay Lightning, seeing them go on to win those cups, and was always a very respectable player. He was in the league for a very long time, played with a lot of different teams. I mean, it wasn't easy for him being a fourth line grinder, but he had some great mentality. He had some great moments. Obviously, again, winning those cups and, the moments with Jack Edwards and all that and bouncing around the league he did. I think he realized it was finally time for him to hang up the skates, and I respect Pat Maroon for that. I've always liked Maroon, always a great coach, always a great coach, always a great player, and I have a lot of respect for him, and I wish special wishes to him in retirement. Sidney Crosby, last piece of news here. Crosby becomes the first player to score 20 point per game seasons in an NHL career, which is the most ever, which is wild. He passes Wayne Gretzky. It's funny because we looked at Gretzky as the great one. It seems like as the years go on, Gretzky's records are kind of getting wiped off the books a little bit. He'll have some that stay, like the points record probably stays, the assist record probably stays. I can't see an NHL player getting 2,000 assists again, unless if they average 2 assists per game for their entire career. But it seems like a lot of the records that he also had are starting to get wiped out the books a little bit. And it's kind of cool witnessing history. Again, we're going to see the goal record within the next 3 weeks or so. We're going to see, some other records get broken as well. It's just pretty cool to see, honestly. But yeah, that's your news of the week for March 28th, 2025. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you like the video down below. And please do consider subscribing to join the community that we're building here on this channel. Anyways, that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.